It's Sunday, the 7th of January. I'm John Evans. You're on the Small Town Network.
Yeah, I'm Scott Wilk, and you are watching Community News.
And unfortunately, Bama got beat by Michigan.
They did. Michigan barely won that game.
But it was a good game, and I'm glad I didn't make you a bet to wear a Michigan shirt because I've been wearing it right now.
I kind of wish you had, but yeah, it was a crazy game. Happy New Year to everybody. It's 2024, so be prepared to write that on your checkbook.
There's a lot of scratched out dates.
I'm still getting used to it myself. Yeah. Again, we talked about this before, but still trying to find the families of these jerseys.
I'm beginning to think that maybe these were some unworn numbers.
Maybe so.
But we're still looking for it. If you can get in your annual, if you notice this style of jersey, I'm thinking the 99 is very close to the time I was there in probably the late 80s, or excuse me, early 80s. But get in your annuals, check out the jerseys. If you recognize a guy wearing that number, let us know.
Yeah.
We want to get them back to the people that wore them.
Yeah, we did share a separate post with those jerseys on there, so feel free to share that in any Rockwood groups. We would love to get those back to their rightful owners. All right, that heads us into things to do. Which is brought to you by none other than Mr. John Evans and Evans Financial.
John Evans, Evans Financial, just across the street from the park. What used to be the park still is the park. Part of a park and part of a gazebo. But you've still got a few days if you need help with your Affordable Care Act plans. We've got till January the 15th to sign up for something for February 1. Now, after that, you're out of luck for the rest of the year. You can't make changes. And you can, if you've already selected something and you have second thoughts and you want to check and make sure, all your drugs are covered, all your doctors are covered, come in and see me. We got a little bit of time to get that done. I even made changes to hours this week.
Oh, wow.
So you can, we've got 1 month on one plan, and I decided that I thought, we would have better coverage with a different plan, so made changes this week that'll take effect February 1. So it's still available to do that, and then, of course, any other thing you need help with, your finances, your investments, that sort of thing, that's primarily what I do.
Yeah.
Come see me, have a cup of coffee, and we will talk about it.
Yeah, there's his contact info. I'll call Mr. John. He's right across from the Christmas tree is still there so far.
Yeah, they just turned the star off, too.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Is the tree off, too?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No.
But again, that heads us into things to do. As always.
They're jamming over there at the Bradbury Community Club. It still costs you $2 to get in, but for that $2 you can play as well as watch. And they do have food and snacks available. Still, if you're over there, take a picture and send it to us, please.
Yeah, we'd love to see that, or video even, but hold the phone sideways. That's what I tell the kids at Rockwood High School. And you'll see on this episode, they didn't do it. And I think don't pay no attention to John's camera shot. I think I bumped something, so he's not as short as he looks on
I'm getting shorter.
that camera there. But so
you do get shorter as you get older.
Oh, I know I'm getting shorter.
Because I was almost 6 foot, in college. And I ain't close to it now.
Gravity is not your friend.
No, it's not, especially, and I'll be 62 come March.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about age because I've started this new doctor's thing and it's great, let me tell you.
What are you doing?
Just going to the doctor. and getting tested for every freaking thing.
I would suggest doing that. Yeah, going to the doctor periodically.
It's great.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Roan State.
They're having an open ride. They're starting that again, which is always a good thing. If you got a horse and you want a place to ride it, it costs you $5 a horse, $5 a rider. And I don't know if you've got buddies with horses, or if you just want to ride a horse, go over and make friends with somebody, maybe they'll let you ride. I don't know.
Go see Jeremiah Johnson over there.
Yeah.
You might even catch Mrs. Diane.
Does she still go over there on occasion?
I don't know. Maybe. You could invite her.
Yeah, you could.
So call her up.
Call her up and ask her about that.
On this date,
Julius Caesar defies the Roman Senate and crosses the Rubicon with his army because they had a big thing. You're not bringing an army into Rome. You
Yeah.
just don't do it.
Yeah.
And so he did. He
Yeah.
crossed the Rubicon, and that was the origin of that saying or that phrase, he crossed the Rubicon. It just means, hey, I'm doing something I can't take back. I'm putting all my chips on the table. I'm moving forward. But, the die is cast, meaning, hey, here it goes. But he ended up being
the leader.
An emperor.
Yeah. So, very cool. We think it's still going on, Food Truck Wednesdays.
And if it is, it's going to be good. They're always good, but give them a call or look at it and see what's going to be there. But it's 11 a.m. to 2.
And we believe also the Food, Faith, and Family is still going on.
Yeah, they're having their dinner and Bible study. We're going to check on that, make sure that's still going on. But that's at 6:30, and they have adults and kid classes there.
Yeah, so go check that out. And then also our last thing, wrapping it up this week.
Yeah, comedian Henry Cho. I think he's from Knoxville, isn't he?
I think so.
We were talking about. I heard him on the radio on a show out of Chicago. And they just brutalized him. It was terrible.
So don't go there and do that.
Yeah,
maybe.
don't mention
don't
being on Man Cow in the morning show in Chicago about 10 years ago.
Yeah, sore
don't
subject.
mention that. But if you get a chance to talk to him, avoid that subject. But he's a funny guy.
But that'll be out there in Crossville.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Central Time.
Yeah.
Again, that wraps up the things to do this week. And again, if you have anything going on that you'd like us to share on the program, we'll tell you at the very end how you can do that. That heads us into local school news brought to you by the Spotted Frog.
Spotted Frog, and go in and see those folks. They're right on the corner of Runkle Street and Front Street, and they're adding stuff all the time. They got now, I think, 18 flavors of ice cream, and they still got the tea and the coffee and all that good stuff. And they still have hot dogs and things like that, but they are considering or already have expanded to deli.
Wow, very cool. So come see them. Tell them that you heard about it here on the Community News Program, and say hi. But we appreciate the Spotted Frog. There's your second semester. First semester is over, if you can't believe it. Next really important days will be Martin Luther King on January 15th.
Yep, that's coming up.
Yep, and then spring break not too far after that. It's crazy to think we're talking about that.
Oh, geez.
Your in-service days for mainly the teachers. Also, there's your school lunch. And it looks like this week it's hamburger and then a calzone. Beefaroni, chicken tenders, and as always, wrapping it up with pizza. No school on Monday the 15th. So we'll see if we get a Rockwood student reporter report. Speaking of that, if you're just joining us, our program is a part of Rockwood High School's curriculum, believe it or not. They do get graded for participating in this, and they have now for almost 2 years been a part of our program. And Mrs. Clement's journalism class, who is a very busy class, they do the yearbook, they do their podcast, and they also do a segment for this show every week. But this is Kiera Bowers from Rockwood High School bringing you the Rockwood High School News Report.
Hi, I'm Kiera Bowers with the Rockwood High School journalism class, filling you in on everything going on at Rockwood High School. On January 9th, there will be a home basketball game versus Jellicoe. That will be the Pep Band's first appearance of the season. Next week, on Thursday, all of the sophomores will be taking the pre-ACT, and on Friday, all of the juniors will be taking the ASVAB. That night, there will also be an away basketball game at Oakdale, and on the 15th, we will not be in school. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Quick episode, thanks to Kiera Bowers.
Good job.
Yeah, and as you see, they held the camera right side up. It's weird that way. But they were busy, and I just appreciate them getting that in.
Yeah.
So thanks to Mrs. Clements and everybody at Rockwood High School for being a part of the program. Like she said, this is this week's games.
Yeah, we got basketball at Jellicoe at home, and on the 12th we got basketball away at Oakdale.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can get more of your Rockwood High School journalism class on their Tiger Talk podcast, and you can find that on Spotify. So that now heads us into our weather segment with our new sponsor, At Home Care. And that's Christy Hensley. The great thing about her is she comes to you. You don't have to go get your hair cut at a salon. If you got kids and you're babysitting and you can't get out, or if you're an older folk and you're in an assisted living place or something like that where you don't even have a car to get out, or maybe you're just having car troubles, or maybe you just don't want to go out.
It's too cold.
It's too cold. Christy will come to you. She'll cut your hair. She does every age group, and she does a great job. We appreciate her. Hey, look her up on Facebook. You can look up Christy Hensley or At Home Hair Care, and tell her you heard about it right here on the Small Town Network. But we appreciate her sponsor, and as always, we got to thank WVLT Channel 8, and of course Heather Haley and all the First Alert Weather team at WVLT. As always, sometimes we get a special video from our big award-winning, he's multiple Emmy award-winning meteorologist.
Where'd you keep the Emmys?
I don't know.
I'd have me a case, wouldn't you?
I think he's got them at home because they're not at the station.
Yeah, I'd have me a case.
But he's got multiple Emmys. He's a great guy. He's super, super smart. He's very into this whole weather and science and nature and all that stuff. He's done a lot of crazy, wild stuff. Super cool guy. So here is our little video from Ben Cathy at WVLT.
A first alert, y'all, to a happy new year. Hope the first week of the year was good for you. We're entering what's historically the coldest time of the year. This is the data nearby for Knoxville. So the 17th to the 20th, a little later on in the week, the average temperature overall, 29.6. The coldest overall high temperature is January 12th, just a couple of days out. So here's the trend looking forward. We're actually going to warm up ahead of the rainfall and then another system later on in the week. So temperature is pretty standard, not too cold. If you're wondering, then when is it finally going to get warmer? The average first 70 is February 10th. The average first 80, boy, that sounds nice, April 3rd. And summer is a long way away. So we still got a long way to go through winter 2024. For Small Town Network, I'm meteorologist Ben Cathy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Got to thank Mr. Ben for that video. So we got to wait till February to see the 70s. I'm kind of surprised that we would have 60s in January because
Yeah, me
it's
too.
so cold right now.
Actually, this morning it feels like it's getting colder.
Yeah, it does. It's and there's a look at the upcoming week. Again, possible light rain or a little bit of snow in the mountains tonight.
Last one, I was looking at one thing a week, possible, maybe approaching an inch.
Really?
Possible.
Wow. Yeah, and then it looks like a nasty day on Tuesday and
Yeah.
Wednesday. Again, like he said, it's going to be warm on Wednesday. We almost hit that 60
Wow.
mark, and then it drops down the next day back into the 40s. But kind of mild the rest of the week. It looks like.
Afternoons.
But a little chance for showers off and on all week. So again, got to thank WVLT. Don't forget to download their apps. They got 2 apps, a news app and a weather app. Both of those can be programmed to your location and give you alerts like if your kid's school is delayed or
That's a big
closed,
thing.
especially this time of year, traffic, you name it. And again, we got to thank WVLT for all that. Now we're heading into other interests, which is stuff that's not going on this week, but in following weeks, and there's not a lot going on. So this is actually stuff coming up in the following months because it's that time of year. Everybody's staying inside.
You got a holiday hangover.
Yeah, everybody's recovering. But here's some stuff coming up we wanted to focus on. Tuesday the 6th, the free Veterans Breakfast.
It's over at the Kingston Community Center.
Yeah, go check that out. And that'll be 8:30 a.m. to 10:30. And also coming up on February 10th.
Yeah, Night to Shine, and that's sponsored by the Tim Tebow Foundation.
Yeah, and that's 5 to 7 in Kingston. And then Galentine's Day.
Galentine's Day at the Sisters Market on February 10th.
Yeah,
that's on the south end of town down there.
Yeah, and they're always doing something cool, especially for the holidays. So go there and see Sisters Market. And again, that wraps it up for the things to do in the upcoming weeks. It's very slow.
Yeah.
If you do have something going on or an event, a function, anything like that, again, in just a minute, we're going to tell you how you can get that on the program. Birthdays now, brought to you by 6 Little Teacups in Chattanooga. We appreciate them sponsoring birthdays. We were trying to get Kim to win that big baking contest, and she came in 3rd.
Oh, man.
But it was because, people could go in there and buy votes, and so I think somebody just bought their kids some votes or something. But talk to Kim, call her up, tell her she's the best baker, And again, we talked about she's just down 58 from Kingston. Just head down towards Chattanooga. It's not a 35-minute drive down there if you're already on 58. And she can make custom cakes, custom cookies, you name it. Business parties, personal parties, birthday parties, weddings, you name it. She does it. Give her a call. And we appreciate her. Birthday's Monday.
Yeah, you got Elvis Presley. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Stephen Hawking born on the same day, which is weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
And you got Nancy Wells and Sue Hill and Andrea Willett.
Yeah, and then Tuesday.
You got Richard Nixon, Bob Denver. We were listening to some Bob Denver last night. As a matter of fact, really good.
Yeah.
Go back and do that. And that includes Kenneth McElroy.
Yeah, Gina Olink, Joseph Hammerquist, we just called him Hammer, and morning anchor at WVLT, Harry Sullivan. Wednesday birthdays.
We have George Washington Carver, who invented a whole bunch of stuff, peanut butter possibly included.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Rod Stewart, and that includes, and George Foreman.
Rod looks
of the
good for
Grill.
78, don't he, man? Rod is, he still looks the same. Him and Barry Manilow are like Mr. Plastic anymore, I think. They just don't age.
No, but that includes, well, George Foreman too.
And he invented the grill.
Invented a grill and still knocking people out with his age, probably. But Elizabeth
real.
Lowry, Jim Bowles, and Jasper Kelly.
Mike Hamer, awesome bass player, a friend of ours. Richard Williams, and then Thursday birthdays.
You got Alexander Hamilton, one of our presidents, and Todd Gallagher.
Yeah, Savannah Smith, producer at WVLT, John Andrews, and also Scott Erlin, who is the Knoxville Police Department Public Information Officer. So happy birthday to him.
And Jeff Bezos of Amazon fame is 59 on the 12th.
And it's Mike or Marcella Newsom's birthday, one of them, and Irish Bernadette.
We're not going to make fun of her name this year.
No, but she is from Ireland, good friend of ours. She used to sing on Cowboy Church all the time, so I think she's probably back in Ireland, so if she's watching the show, hello to her. And then Saturday.
Orlando Bloom.
That
And we don't know anybody else born on that
Well,
day.
I know one person.
Oh, yes, we do.
Madison, my wife Madison, it's her birthday on Saturday. There you can see her with the Sanderson sisters there, and then she was performing with her dad, Matt Cordell, and then there was us at the Tennessee Aquarium. So happy birthday to her. Sundays.
14th, we got Benedict Arnold and Melba Marks. Gail Shelby Marks with her. And
Yeah, and I think Molly O'Brien, Anthony Bailey, William Dowling, he's a producer at WVLT, Jerry Warden, and Nikki Marker. And then a very important one.
Yep, my wife Tiffany. It's odd,
weird,
our
yeah.
birthdays, wives were born a day apart.
Howard's going to have to make sure he gets a January birthday girl.
Yep, that's going to be imperative. He's
Yeah,
put
it's-
that,
it's required.
Make sure they
I think that's what he's out doing right now, is working on that.
or the 15th.
Right, he's only got those two options. Yeah.
those dates. But anyway, there's my wife with her sisters and with some ugly dude over there on the, and then with our Milton Freeman.
Milton, yeah, that's young.
Nobel Prize winning, young Milton.
Young
Freeman.
Milton there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, he's, gosh, he's gotten big since then. And that wasn't that long ago, probably.
It was.
God.
He's just shot up. Doc says he's going to grow it another 3 or 4 inches
For
before he
real?
stops. Yeah.
Holy cow.
But married the prettiest girl in town, and she did it without, on purpose.
Yeah, without being forced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which,
It wasn't like
surprises
for
a lot of people.
yeah, a lot of people don't probably believe this, but it wasn't an arranged marriage.
No. I mean, it was. She entered into
She
it
had a
freely.
choice.
Now she may regret it, but she did enter into it freely.
Yeah, so happy birthday to our wives and happy birthday to everybody this week. And again, if you have an event, a birthday, anniversary, special occasion, anything like that you want to get us on the program, or if you want your money back, don't forget we have a money back guarantee, and this week is Howard's week.
Howard's not here, so he has to pay.
Yep. So these are the
Yeah.
way.
Sorry. Always do
2
that.
weeks off and we're a mess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible. Anyway, it's a good thing it's a short show.
Yeah.
But if you want to get hold of us, you can email us there at smalltownnetworklive@gmail.com, or the quickest, easiest, cheapest, most cost-effective way of getting your money back from Howard is to message us directly on Facebook.
That's right. And again, you hear the music in the background. That's my friends Uzori That's my Ukrainian friends. They have a Ukrainian folk band, and the name is called Uzori, and that name Uzori actually in Ukrainian means patterns.
Yeah.
It's like a quilt. They meld together different folk music from Ukraine, and that's what Uzori actually stands for. So again, they're still fighting for their freedom, so our thoughts and prayers go out to them. But yeah, that wraps up another week here on Small Town Network. Don't forget, send in any of your events. No events too big or too small, and we would be glad to share that on the program. And if you see one of our sponsors, hey, tell them that you saw it here. I always forget. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. Gotta thank all those groups that share us every week. Gosh, we're like up to almost 50 groups all across this area.
Yep.
So thank you to you folks for that. And stay warm. It's cold out there, and it's going to be kind of a wet week.
Be careful if it does snow tonight.
Yeah. So from all of us here at Small Town Network, I'm Scott Wilk.
John Evans, that's not Howard.
That's not Howard. And have a great week, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.